Well, again, the development process in my experience has been a very positive one, and we had a specific scenario where one person who flagged initially they might like to make some limited donation, and as time went on developed a relationship with myself and then yourself, and I was able to contact you and ask whether you would be prepared to help out. And that has led to the development of a program of giving, donating in this particular situation, Mr. Greg Brown to a larger package, and an appropriate targeted package so that there is both personnel and equipment, and also related to certain projects that he can see then will develop with his contributions. So whilst the program is structured, it doesn't absolutely tie us into one particular topic, but it does help for both the donor and the researcher to appreciate that the funds are being dedicated towards a general activity area, and that it can lead to tangible outcomes for the donor, both in terms of equipment and then also in terms of key publications and contributing to translational research, in this case from the bench to the bedside, and from preclinical to the clinical, and nicely linking in the education teaching parts with the research and then through to patient care. From my point of view, a number of elements which I very much appreciated and also enjoyed were, firstly, that time can move by very quickly, and in terms of developing and nurturing a relationship with a substantive donor, it does require that consistent communication, timeliness, and the whole respect and professionalism in the process is also, of course, a given, but it's essential. And so in the particular situation of this donor, Mr. Brown, whilst he approached me initially because I knew him at a professional level and, let's say, from a health level, I felt it was very important that I involve, from the donor point of view, a professional such as yourself, and I was pleased it was you, Joel, that was really able to come in and say, look, let's put this on a truly professional footing. Let's look at developing a relationship further with this individual, understanding further what program of giving they might like to make, and recognising really that it's at the very least a medium, if not long-term relationship. And so in these processes of larger donors and larger giving, nurturing the relationship, being respectful, developing, if you like, a communication process when, for example, if a number of months have gone by and really we should be pushing on to the next stage of developing the program, you're able to communicate with me and say, look, Steve, we really need to sit down and work through this, and then a timeliness approach to get back to the donor. And I think probably then overall, in terms of developing the program of giving, the structure, the templates that were provided were very helpful from the Charles Perkins Centre and the Development Office, and then also working through to try and ensure there was a correct balance in terms of personnel and equipment, donor contributions, students versus maybe one staff member for a limited period depending upon the scenario. And then to put the package together with respect to the type of research being undertaken and how that can be underpinned by the donor. And as we know, most competitive preclinical research these days and translational research actually costs money to do. It practically costs, in my experience, at least another 1/3 to a half of other funding required to actually help get it over the line. And I think it's a reflection of the limited competitive research available, and it does reflect really that these other donations are essential to help us complete our main body of research, let alone pilots and smaller projects, to then help get them to a level where they can take on their own life in a new field of research. So I've been a little bit tangential with my answer, but essentially, Joel, I'd have to say that professionalism, developing the relationship with the donor and getting to know also yourself from the Development Office, to help develop a structured, targeted program in a timely manner. Those are all important processes. And The intermittent lunchtime meetings, for example, that we have had with the donor and developing that individual relationship is also important, and it's helped me appreciate that we can have those meetings, we can keep it on a professional level, but still take a genuine human interest in the process as well. And so it really is about nurturing relationships which can be on a personal level as well as a professional level. And we've been able to achieve that, I think, in a balanced fashion and in a timely way.